Welcome back to another fantastic day of Bible class. This is going to be a great one. I'm pretty excited. We're going to look at one of the most famous, fantastic stories in all of the Old Testament. In fact, one of my Bibles that I had, maybe back when I was 9, 10, around your age, was Dare to be a Daniel. The Bible cover had Daniel on it, and the lions, and the angel was holding back the lions with some really big golden chains, and Daniel was safe, and it's fantastic, and I love this story. So, this is where we are. And King Darius is the king over all the land, and he has what they're called satraps, which it would be kind of like our governors today. They rule the different areas of the kingdom for him, so he can do whatever a king does and have fun however a king has fun. And Daniel is the best. He's like the right-hand man of the king. Like, he is beloved by the king. It even says he's one of King Darius's best friends. But these guys, we know they're bad because they're in red. And so these guys are jealous of Daniel. And we know Daniel is good because he's in purple. And so they are trying to find out a way to get Daniel in trouble. But they can't do it. And they finally figure out the only way we can get him in trouble is if it has to do with his religion, with his God. Because Daniel is a man of the one true God. Daniel is a man of Yahweh, and he does everything to please God. And when he does this, he's actually pleasing the king. And so he has no corruption or evil in him. He doesn't do anything bad, but everything for God. And so they know this is the only way to get him. And so they go before the king by themselves. And they say, King Darius, don't you think it's wrong for anyone to pray to anyone else except for you? I think for the next 30 days, no one should pray to anybody but King Darius. And so this is a common trap for kings throughout the entire Bible. You look at Pharaoh, you look at King Darius, you look at King Nebuchadnezzar, who shows up in Daniel as well. Even King Herod in Acts. They all think that they're a god. We know that's not true because kings are humans. Now these guys know that kings can be manipulated or made to do something that they want the king to do by just saying, you're a god, we should pray to you. And so King Darius makes this a law, and it's a law that cannot be changed, and he says, okay, that's what we're going to do. Well, Daniel reads this decree. He reads the law. And you know, Daniel prays 3 times a day. He will climb up into his room and he opens the doors or opens the windows and he looks towards Jerusalem and prays 3 times a day. And I love what it says. It says he thanks God in these prayers. He says, thank you for something 3 times a day. Now these men see it and they say, oh, look at that Daniel, he's so bad. And you know what the punishment is? They go and they grab Daniel. And they throw Daniel into the lion's den. And because it's his law, King Darius seals it with his ring. But that doesn't make King Darius happy. You see, King Darius is Daniel's friend. And King Darius is worried about Daniel and feels terrible because it's all his fault and he's so worried and concerned. And he doesn't have any entertainment all night, is what it says. Now, can you imagine being at home and no Wi-Fi, no TV, no movies, no Wreck-It Ralph, no cars, no princess movies, no cartoons, nothing, and you just sit around. And he stays awake all night. He pulls an all-nighter. If you don't know what an all-nighter is, ask a college student. And he never goes to sleep. And he wakes up in the morning and he says, roll the stone away so we can see. And he says, Daniel, Daniel, are you alive? Has your God saved you? And guess what Daniel says? Daniel says, I'm alive. God sent his angel to protect me. And there was an angel that closed the mouths of the lions, and Daniel was safe. Do you think Daniel was scared in the lion's den? I do. It would be terrifying. Lions are like my third favorite animal. I like rhinos. I like the American rhino. Some people call those buffalo or bison. And then lions are like number 3, right? And so I love lions. And those things are so scary. You ever heard a lion roar? That's what it sounds like. And so he's in a lion's den with a family of lions to be eaten. But God sends his angel. See, even when we're in danger, God will protect you. You're not always going to be in safe places, but you can always have God's protection. And that is the courage of Daniel, and that's what matters. Daniel had the internal fortitude and courage to stand up to bad laws and still worship God. You see, when we study the Bible, we must understand that these people are real. And that these people had courage, like Mordecai, like Esther, like Daniel, to stand up and do what is right even when everything around us is going wrong. So when all of this social distancing is over and we get to go back to school and we get to go back to normal stuff, we need to be able to think about, what would Daniel do here? Or what would Esther, or what would Mordecai, or what would Joshua, or all of these great people in the Bible, what would they do? And we need to act like that. Now, these people aren't perfect, neither am I, neither are you, but we need to understand these are real, and we can act like them, and we can be courageous and strong, even in the face of lions, even in the face of danger. We can still worship and love and follow and imitate Christ. Welcome to typical story time, but it's not typical today because we're going to be in the kitchen, which is awesome! Now, the first rule of baking is to wash your hands, or making food. So wash your hands, ye sinners. That's in James, all right? So we're going to wash our hands. And you're supposed to wash your hands for 20 seconds. So that means, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, a couple months late, happy birthday to me. Do I sing that twice? Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, dear Matt, only a month or 2 late. Ooh, that's hot! Woo! Hot! Woo! Hot! Woo! All right. Now I got clean hands, and I need to dry them off. So I'm going to grab some paper towels. These things are really valuable right now, and I used way too many. So, there we go. The trash can is over there. You can't see it, but trust me, I made it. And so, my phone's going off. I should have shut that off, but I'm sorry. So here's our first step. From Incredible Bible Fun, we need rice cereal squares such as Chex or Crispix. I've got Fruit Loops. And we're supposed to pour a 1/4 cup of the rice cereal into a baggie. So ask your parents for a 1/4 cup, all right? And you're going to get that measuring spoon, and you're going to pour a 1/4 cup into there. I think that's pretty close to a 1/4 cup. All right. So now your second step, according to this, is to add 1 teaspoon of caramel syrup or caramel syrup. So this is the Sunday syrup is what I'm going to use. It's a little chilly, a little cold, and not out of date yet. And so you add a teaspoon to your baggie. You need a resealable baggie for this. You can all do this at home. You're supposed to add in about a teaspoon So that's good. That's probably close to a teaspoon. And then, this is the fun part. We shake it up. All right. Now this is called lion chow. Okay, so just like the Daniel and the Lion's Den, they had lions. We're making chow for the lion. So yours is going to look a little bit better than mine because you're going to have Rice Krispies in here or Chex Mix and not Fruit Loops. It'll probably taste better than mine too. But hey, we work with what we got. The next step is powdered sugar. All right, so that says we need 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar. And so you need to get your measuring cup out and scoop out 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar. Now, I'm pretty much a master at this, so I know exactly how much 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar are. Right about in there. Whoop, we spilled a little. That's okay. That's normal in baking. If you're not making a mess and you're making food, you're not really making food, are you? All right, so we're going to seal that back up. All right. Now we got to mix all that up. So you got to shake your bag, earthquake. And then, oh yeah, that looks good. We have lion chow. And so that, so sweet and good, is something you should have right before nap time. But this is lion chow. So this is going to remind you that instead of Daniel that they ate, the animals ate, they ate someone else. Why? Because Daniel followed instructions. Daniel was always thanking God. Our 2 most positively powerful emotions are love and thankfulness, and being grateful for things. And it says Daniel specifically prayed to be thankful to God 3 times a day. Do you thank God for something 3 times a day? How great would you feel if you were always thanking God, saying, thank you, God, for my food. Thank you, God, for my mommy. Thank you, for my daddy or my Nana, Papa, Grandmama, Grandpapa. How good would you feel if you said, thank you for my toys? So always be thanking God. And when you eat your lion chow, thank God that you can have a little something to eat. You guys are amazing. Remember, always obey your parents. Make yourself some lion chow. And then maybe once this is all over, you can make it again and give it to one of your friends and tell them the story about Daniel and the Lion's Den. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.